My 34th birthday was supposed to be a warm, simple celebration. A house full of people I cared about, good music, food, laughter. The kind of night you look forward to after a long year. I had been preparing all week, but my wife, Emily, insisted she would handle the guest list, the decorations, and the playlist. She kept saying she wanted the evening to feel special for me. She wasn't wrong. It just wasn't special in the way she meant. The house glowed with soft lights, and guests arrived smiling, carrying gifts, greeting me with hugs. For the first hour, everything felt perfect. Emily looked beautiful in a navy dress, moving through the crowd with a bright smile, welcoming everyone as if she had been born to host parties. I loved seeing her like that, confident, graceful, happy. I didn't know she had invited someone I never expected to see again. Her ex, Jason. She claimed later it was an accident. But when he walked in, relaxed, grinning, acting like he belonged there, I felt a knot tighten in my stomach. I tried to trust her. She told me they were just old friends. I should have listened to my instincts. As the night went on, the music shifted to slower songs. Couples filled the room, swaying together while the lights dimmed a little. I was talking to a few guests when I noticed Emily wasn't next to me anymore. I glanced around, and my heart dropped. In the middle of the living room, she was slow, dancing with Jason. Not casually, not politely. Close, too close. His hands rested on her waist. Her arms were gently around his neck. And the way she tilted her head toward him, it was a gesture she once saved for me. It felt like the air was punched out of my chest. Guests noticed too. People whispered. A couple exchanged glances. One woman murmured, "Isn't she his wife?" Emily didn't seem to care who was watching. She kept dancing with him, laughing softly, completely ignoring the fact that it was my birthday in my home, and I was standing right there. When the song ended, she didn't come to me. She didn't even look at me. She just kept talking to Jason, still holding onto his arm. And something inside me crystallized. Not rage, truth. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell or cause a scene or make excuses for her. I quietly slipped away, grabbed my keys, and walked out of my own birthday party, without a single explanation. The cold night air stung my face, but it felt more comforting than the room I'd just left. I drove until I found a quiet lake, sat on a bench, and stared at the water as everything inside me went numb. I didn't recognize Emily anymore. After half an hour, my phone buzzed with notifications, calls from friends, messages from Emily, one after another. I ignored everything until my best friend, Mark, texted, "Bro, come back. Something just happened. You need to hear this." My stomach tightened. I didn't know what he meant, but I returned. The moment I stepped into the house, chaos greeted me. People were arguing, Emily was crying, and Jason had already vanished. Guests looked at me with wide eyes, like they had just witnessed something unbelievable. Mark pulled me aside and whispered, "Dude, after you left, Jason tried to kiss her, in front of everyone." She slapped him so hard the music stopped. I blinked, confused. She slapped him? Yes. And then she started screaming at him. "But there's more." My chest tightened. "Someone overheard Jason earlier," he continued. He was bragging that Emily had been messaging him for weeks, telling him she was unhappy, hinting she missed him. He claimed she invited him. And apparently when he tried to kiss her, he said loud enough for half the room to hear, "You said you missed me." That's when everything exploded. Emily had collapsed into tears, insisting none of it was true, begging people to believe her. But the crowd had already seen her dancing with him. They had seen me walk out. Now they saw her falling apart. She approached me slowly, mascara streaking down her face. "Please," she whispered, "please don't leave. I didn't mean for anything to happen." I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I asked one question, just one. If I had walked out, would you have stopped dancing with him? Her entire face froze. Silence. Not even a lie. And that silence gave me every answer I needed. I walked past her and gathered a few essentials. She grabbed my arm, sobbing, apologizing, insisting it was just a dance. But all I could remember was how she didn't stop, didn't pull away, didn't even think of me, until consequences showed up. I told her quietly, What happened tonight was a mistake. It was truth showing itself. She collapsed onto the couch, crying uncontrollably while guests tried to comfort her or avoided looking at her altogether. A few people told me softly that I deserved better. For the first time, I believed it. I stayed at Mark's place that night. Emily called until 4 a.m., leaving voicemails filled with excuses, guilt, and desperation. Eventually, she admitted she had wanted to feel young again. Seeing Jason brought back old emotions, and she got carried away. But playing with someone's trust is not a moment of silliness. It's betrayal. We're separated now. And every year when my birthday comes around, I remember that night clearly. The night she danced with her past. And I quietly stepped toward my future.